Our first speaker, Mrs. Kunyaporn Pipithsangchan. She graduated from Kasetsart University in 1989 and in a master's degree in horticulture from Los Banos, Philippines in 1993. She has been working in Department of Agriculture since 1995, and the example of research that currently being conducted is viability determination of mung bean, backgram, and sesame seeds deposited in a Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway, and DOA Genebank. She also was a project leader in biodiversity on plant genetic resources conservation project from 2016 until 2021. Now, she works as a director of Genebank Research and Development Group, Biotechnology Research and Development Office, Department of Agriculture, Thailand. The topic that she will talk today is plant germplasm conservation and utilization of DOA Genebank in Thailand. Welcome, Dr. Kunyaporn Pipithsangchan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Onborn, and everybody. Thank you, CAB and KUIAS International Seminar Series 2022 today. Today, my topic is plant germplasm conservation and utilization of DOA Genebank Thailand. And my topic is why do we have Genebank, storage facilities, current status of PGR conservation, service section, PGR in vitro conservation, characterization and evaluation, regeneration, utilization, and the last is collaboration. Why do we have Genebank? Kingdom of Thailand is recognized as one of the areas that the most biodiversity in the world, presenting it up to 10% of the world's total. DOA has concerned the significance of ex situ condition as Genebank, and according to food security and genetic diversity and also food system. For the establishment and the location of our Genebank, DOA Genebank was established on 9 September 2002. Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajagri Sirinthorn has graciously named the DOA Genebank building as Sirinthorn Plant Genetic Resources Building and had graciously granted permission to engrave her HIH Royal emblem above the name of the building. Operated by Genebank Research and Development Group belonging to Biotechnology Research and Development Office, DOA, and Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. Location in Langsit, Nakhon Nayok Road, Krong 6, Langsit, Thanyaburi, Pathum Thani, Thailand. And our vision is DOA Genebank is a center for the conservation of plant genetic resources to maintain the viability of plant germplasm, ensuring food security, and as a basic input for the development of future agriculture, food industry, and also biotechnology. And our vision to PGR collection, conservation, PGR database information, PGR research, development, the utilization of DOA Genebank, seed distribution, seed deposit, study visit, and others, and also collaboration on PGR conservation, become one of the leading PGR conservation centers in ASEAN. And we also follow DOA Genebank. We follow sustainable development goals. We have 17 goals to transform our world that from UN. We are a point in zero hunger, number 2, SDG 2. For Thailand, ratify the Convention on Biological Diversity or CBD on 31st October 2003. Thailand became the 188th party to the convention, which entered into force for Thailand on 29 January 2004 from all the 196 parties. 3 main goals of CBD: conservation of biological biodiversity and sustainable use, and fair and equitable sharing of benefits from the use of genetic resources. We have 12 tasks such as survey, registration, seed, laboratory seed, in vitro conservation, molecular conservation, plant germplasm seed storage section, plant germplasm regeneration evaluation, database service section, and also maintenance and administrative section. For storage facilities, we have medium-term storage room. This room is the temperature is 5 degrees Celsius and 6 is not more than 60% RH. And this is for utilization period is about 5 up to 10 years. Room area 86 square meters and 24 height. This we imitate from Genebank of Nest. Last time now is Genebank of Nauru. Storage capacity is about 150,000 extensions and automated wheeled crane system was conducted. And for our long-term storage room is minus 10 degrees Celsius. We expected for more than 50 years, and the room area is for conservation more than 50 years. Now already 20 years. Room area is about 26 square meters. Storage capacity is about 40,000 accessions. Okay, we have this drying room is about 25 degrees Celsius and the moisture content is about 15%, not more than this. The room area is about 32 square meters to reduce the seed moisture content without the heat application for our seeds. And seed laboratory rooms, we have this room for everything such as clean process and test seed purity, moisture content, test and also germination test, vitality, vigor test, and also break seed, domain seeds. And we also have in vitro conservation room. This room we have 3 sections, basically like tissue culture room, tissue transfer room, and media preparation room to preserve rare plant species and plants that would not be stored in the seeds form. And for molecular laboratory room, we have also in of the biotechnology research domain group, and also for our rooms we have to the rooms not big, just to support research related to the studies on genetic traits of the seeds maintained in the DOA Genebank. And for our current status of PGR conservation, this is our seed gene bank. We have now is about 32,000 plus accession and 184 species. This is for the kind of plants and the number that we have. We have mostly rice. We duplicate with rice department, and we just know that Miss Kunchana also joined with this this seminar too. Rice also the same. We are the same accession. If the rice department can breed the rice, and then they duplicate for us too. And after that, we have corn, wheat, barley, sorghum, groundnut, cowpea, soybean, pigeon pea, wild legumes, mung bean, black gram, and other beans. And sesame, sunflower, cotton, jute, yourself enough, castor bean, chopped tears, and we also have vegetables, but not too much. For our seed management system, we also the flow chart of the way to conduct. And for our service section, we have a seed distribution, seed deposit, and study visit. For seed distribution, we have to conduct by the Plant Varieties Protection Act BE 1999. For this one, we conduct section 53 that mentions any person who study, experiment, or research on a common domestic plant variety or a forest plant variety or any of their part with no commercial, and we shall follow the regulations laid out by the committee. That's the one thing that we have to do. Seed distribution services. You can request the seeds from our DG and then go forward to our director of biotechnology research and development and office, and also back to our in-bank, and then they try to see how the quantity and quality that enough for to distribute to, then they can give to the one who requesters. And for seed deposit, we just have a Royal Thai Government Gazette just last year, and for this legislation, we have two modes. The mode one is a DOA Genebank is allowed by the depositor to distribute their seeds for services, breeding, research. And mode two, DOA Genebank is not allowed by the depositors to distribute their seeds for service, breeding, and research. Like a black box storage at long-term storage room, this room. And we also have application forms. And this section, we keep two parts of our room of -10 degrees Celsius room to deposit here. Only one box for the owner only. And this one, our DG who passed away just a couple of weeks. And this one is storage contain. The container, this is the size of container that that need to be done. And this is the aluminum foil packaged and no air. We have to be vacuum. And this is the location for black box. And for seed deposit in like a black box, now we have about 44,000 accessions from many organizations such as One University, Field Crops Research Center, the Consultant Pesticide University, GVRC, National Corn and Sorghum Research Center, Aditya Agricultural Project. And this is the pilot plant that deposit here. And for service section, mostly government sectors is a big part of us. From 2017 up to 2021, seed distribution services, we mostly serve for the researchers in the government sector and farmers, about 400 plus accession, and seed depository service also about 4,000 plus accession, and study visit about 508 persons. And for study visits, for example, this is director of Gent now, and also coordinator of Svalbard Global Seed visit us last time, 2018. And also, according to Japan-Thailand Economic Partnership Agreement, the project of collaboration of scientists exchange between DOA Genebank Thailand and Genetic Resources Center Naro, Japan. We invited Dr. Hiroshi Kato, Director of Genetic Resources Center Naro, visit us last nearly 2 years. And We welcome last time Institute of Crop Science, Chinese Academy of Agricultural Science from China, 3 persons to visit us about rice germplasm. And internships, this is, for example, Miss Natasong Yuan, plant science freshie from University of California, Davis, visit internship during 3 to 4 months, last one year into 1+ years, and also some boys from Technology Rajamongkol University of Technology, Thailand, also. For PGI in vitro conservation. In vitro conservation, we also have about nearly 5,000 samples. We have 3 rooms in Krang 6 and also in Bangkok. We also have the room for in vitro conservation too. We have 2 rooms, so we have 3 all. And for the in vitro orchid collection, we also have, and some arrowroot and singibird. These 2 kinds of singibirds is endemic plants. In vitro conservation management, like a survey and study on in vitro conservation technique, we might have different people, and then slow growth conservation and also cryopreservation, and then after that we have to transplantation outside and make so how to survival. For the characterization and evaluation, we have evaluation some eggplants, and we use descriptor of IBPGR International Board for Plant Genetic Resources from Italy, do in roselle or hibiscus in this year, and tomato, and also watermelon, and also use IBPGR, and also eggplant and capsicum. For our regeneration, we also regeneration rice with together. We cooperate together with rice department or Pipithsangchan Rice Research Center, we just near. And this is how to generate. This is Miss Kunchana. She also here in our meeting now, and we are cooperate together in the generation task. And this is corn, this one. And also utilization. When we have the DOA bank, when we know when we know that where is the excellent, which one is the excellent varieties, and then we try to after we breed, and then we have the excellent one, just such as Miss Nakhon Sawan 4 and Nakhon Sawan 5, Mung Bean China 3, and Cotton Tak Pha 6. And if we got the best one, and then we also come to conserve here again. And this is 121 rice accession from the DOA bank were used by biotech researchers to study the genetic diversity and rice breeding program. And also 9 wild rice accessions from the DOA bank were used by the researchers of Norway University to study the brown pantopper resistant gene. And also soybean accessions from the DOA bank were used by Dr. Germplasm, the DOA researcher, in order to study the SSR markers in soybean breeding to select high protein varieties as well. And DOA Genebank gave the big cow rice to the farmers of Thung Maharaj, Ayutthaya province. This rice variety had lost from Thung Maharaj, Ayutthaya province since the great flood in Thailand during 2011. And for return to Homeland, Chai Patana Foundation requests that 4 localized varieties of Nakhon Nayok province, Khao Leung, Thong Aeng, Krating Dang, and Leung Yai from the DOA bank, they were regenerated by Prince Jakapan Pensilik Center for Plant Development before providing to the farmers in Nakhon Nayok province. and also for local community, plant diversity of APLC family in Thailand and the knowledge transfer to local community. This is our staff, Ms. Cholada, who would want to have this research. Yes, biodiversity of plant genetic resources in Thailand, or I mean in Genebank also, we have conservation technique going to be food and germplasm security. For gene and genetic, going to be plant breeding program, and phytochemical bioactivity going to be product development. This is for example of our research plan. Conservation and utilization of plant and microbiology for value adding and innovation development that I lift up with like a plant only. DOA Genebank project, conservation of plant genetic resources diversity. The first project is research and development of technique for conservation in peanut, loofah, sesame, amaranthus, arrowroot, potato, gingerbread, and serpentine. And for evaluation and utilization of white gum-KUIAS soybean, Phaseolus stimona, East Indian arrowroot, Phaseolus white gumwort, and also blue cow. Collection and morphological characterization, Mitchell loofah, flowering white cabbage, capsicum, Thai traditional pharmacopoeia, Pipithsangchan amaranthus, and also variety, project of variety and budding of economically efficient groups such as durian, rambutan, lotus, orchid, chili, cassava, soybean, aquifolia CE, Jempulan, and Eurapoma, ปลาไหลเผือก Stimona, Bachia, speciosa. It is southern of Thailand, planted here. And our utilization, the others such as the published presentation in some journals, such as Agricultural Science Journal, and from Ubon Ratchathani, University of Ubon Ratchathani. And for the plant genetic resources, the plants germplasm such as Gloriosa lily, Jetamun Plum, Dan, Camphilia, Curcuma, Impatient, Marantha, Amaranthus, and Acerus. This is, for example, of our poster, Camphilia, and some Curcuma, and also some plants in the northern part of Thailand, and also Jetamun Plum, Dan, and some Impatience posters, and also some plants in the Marantha. And for international conference such as we cooperated together with Mahidol University and ISHS for International Scientific and Practical Conference on Biotechnology as an instrument from plant biodiversity conservation, like hybrid conference, like on last July 2021, and for oral presentation in safeguarding and use of plant genetic resources in DOA Genebank in case of Aditya agricultural project in contemplation of Her Royal Highness Princess Aditya Surin Province as collaborated with DOA Genebank last time. And also chemical composition analysis of essential oil from black giggers is a Camphilia. It's an oral presentation and also published in ACTA Horticulture. And molecular phylogeny and DOA barcode regions efficacy for identification the variety of capsicum in Thailand. This also on presentation and going to be published in ACTA Horti soon. And for preservation of sweet potato using slow growth technique. This is poster section to be published in ACTA Horti. And seed storage of Pipomia arba in DOA Genebank also. And biopreservation of sesame seed in DOA Genebank Thailand. And also the morphological characteristic amaranthus for conservation DOA Genebank Thailand too. And for we have germplasms and going to be looking for the utilization for like a phytochemical inside the plants, and then we going to make it value added to make it real value added product from excellent PGR, going to be cosmetic products and dietary supplement products. For collaboration, we also collaboration within Thailand, such as within the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative, and outside Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, such as the Ministry of Public Health and Mahesi, and RSPG project, like Royal Highness project. And also collaboration Thailand, we have NPGRC, National Plant Genetic Resources Center. This one is the organization, is the integrated project under collaboration of 17 organizations in order to conserve the PGR diversity and provide the plant genetic database of Thailand. And for Sa-rae Aditya, Her Royal Highness Princess Aditya Thorn, we also have a project with this project, 12 plants. Aditya Thorn Agricultural Project in conservation of Her Royal Highness Princess Aditya Thorn Asrin. This one, we consult experimental design and characterization and seed factory, and bring the seed up after finish, and then back box in our gene bank. For collaboration with Sweden, Norway, Thailand, we have DOA have Thailand Sweden joint project. We have phase 2 and phase 1 and phase 2 in plant genetic resources, database management, and in bank management for sustainable utilization. This one we have a budget from Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, and this one is a seed deposit and Svalbard Global Seed Vault. This box is belonging to Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachapuri Srinthorn, who passed this wearable Germplasm via the ambassador, Norway ambassador directly via personal. At the time that we visit, then we visit them on last time when we got the budget to Norway last time, and we signed an agreement for the new one. And this is a 10 years celebrate of Svalbard Global Seed Vault, safeguarding seed for the future. And this is the pictures of Svalbard Global Seed Vault. And this is our Director General, Deputy Director General, and me. And this is Miss Kunchana. And this is Mongolia, my friends. And Svalbard Global Seed Vault, this one. For the list of seed deposit at Svalbard Global Seed Vault, maybe rice department already fulfillment first two times, and then Chai Patana too. Chai Patana Foundation, and this is for Department of Agriculture and Rice Department. The code is like a name, the year, the date, the months, and the years of the date that we deposit, and the code of the country. And for seed deposit at Svalbard Global Seed Vault, for Department of Agriculture, we have 23 accessions of 8 plant species: soybean, mung bean, cowpea, black gram, maize, wheat, barley, and sesame, which they were deposited at Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway at the time, February 2020, before COVID-19 will come to Thailand. And yes, the pictures. And for the collaboration, DOA Genebank have conduct experiment with not gen like viability. The name of the experiment is a viability determination of mung bean, black gram, and sesame seed deposited at Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway, and DOA Genebank Thailand. We use mung bean and black gram and sesame. This is the first year last year. And for we have collaborated also with South Korea. South Korea, we collaborate with Rural Development Administration in AFASI, Asian Food and Agriculture Cooperation Initiative. We have two phases in project of integrated management system of plant-genetic resources, in sampling and collection and native plant genetic resources, Pipithsangchan and Sa-rae in Thailand, and also evaluation and characterization. And for 14 countries, the source of budget from South Korea, we have 14 countries that do experiment together. Cambodia, Mongolia, Thailand, Bhutan, Myanmar, Philippines, Vietnam, Kyrgyz, and Laos, Indonesia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. And this is, for example, of the organization of the in each country that cooperate with us. This one too. And we have the most outstanding principal investigator for last time, the year 2016. And also the year 2017, we got the outstanding principal investigator. And for collaboration with Japan, according to Thailand, have the project of the agreement of the Japan-Thailand Economic Partnership Agreement, with and also we collaborate with NARO, National Agriculture and Food Research Organization. We collaborate for the first is a collaboration for achievement and development of Genebank management project, and also collaboration of scientists exchange between DOA Genebank and NARO project. And the last one, utilization of plant germplasm from Genebank health use and value added from garden plant and cosmetic product prototypes is going to start. And this is for example of our collaboration. And for China, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs of the People's Republic of China, the meetings, the 12th meeting of Sino-Thai Agriculture Corporation, the project name is collaboration of Genebank management through consulting and scientists exchange between the DOA Genebank Thailand and China National Genebank Shenzhen, China. This is just begin with 25 January. For move forward, conserve the variety of plant genetic resources in DOA Genebank and develop technique for long-term conservation, and also maintain execute plant germplasm conservation in Genebank and sustainable use, and develop human resources to support smart farmers, smart researchers, and officers, and also our Genebank cooperation in sharing the data with the Sweden and the team of global strategy for the conservation and use of eggplants and backup seeds from the Genebank to deposit at Svalbard global seed vault. And we carry on the missions corresponding to Convention on Biological Diversity Targets, number 2, and promote the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity and biological resources corresponding to 17 SDGs, number 2, zero hunger, indicator 2.5.1, number of plant and animal genetic resources for food and agriculture secure in medium or long-term conservation facilities. And this is how to contact us. You can contact. This is my mail. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Kunyaporn, to let us know what we have and what we are doing in Thailand. Anybody seeking for the collaboration or have any question, please do.
Thank you. Any comments?
Well, I have one that then if I want to deposit my seeds to the DOA, how much do you charge for the maybe the government part or the public part? Are they the same charge for the service?
You mean the chart for the seed deposit or seed depletion? No, there is no chart.
All right.
Now you can, I think, even the farmers or the government sectors, the universities, the teachers, instructors, or the breeders can be deposit the seed here in DOA bank in only one box that we have not too much space.
I know.
Yes, for deposit, but now we still have space. Yes.
Okay. And
We suggest we request for every breeders, if you have your germplasm, you could deposit here, because the electricity fee anyway we have to pay
I know.
each month. Yes, it's about 400,000 baht, you know, or more than 500,000 baht per month for the electricity cost here. So it's good if we have the breeders and deposit here, and like a black box, though we cannot do anything with your seeds. Yes.
Do we have, yes,
Yes.
do we have to evaluate or certify like a disease, like some seed transmission? Do we have to do that first before deposit to the DOA?
Again, please.
My question is, do we have to get like a certified seed free diseases before I deposit to the DOA? Like some seeds are seed-borne, treat seed transmission, something like that. Do I have to test it first, or you can test it before deposit it?
No, I mean the one who like to deposit the seed would be make everything for yourself. Seed testing, seed germination test, everything. Because when come here, we just have in aluminum foil and vacuum and just label the name and everything. So we cannot open your seed, your container at all. Yes.
All right.
Yes. The regulations of deposit also have in gazette, I mean in ราชกิจจานุเบกษาค่ะ we already mentioned there. Yes, in the PowerPoint they also have. Last year, maybe on February last year, for deposit, legislation of deposit, we can see here there. If someone like to have the gazette, you can ask us.
Okay. There's a question from the chat box from Dr. Hugo. He asked that characterization and evaluation in how many environments or sites? How many? Yeah, before you deposit it?
Actually, we didn't do characterize in every plant germplasm. We just do characterize in some plants that we need, because we have limited of the area, such as for regeneration, right? For characterization, if the seeds from the source, such as soybean from the northern part of Thailand, Chiang Mai Field Crops Research Center, we when the times for regeneration, they have to bring back and then regenerate there and evaluation there. But if for for our research, maybe we conduct for the evaluation of that plant. Not yes.
Another question from Dr. Watanabe. He asked that is there any sub-gene bank capacity at the experimental station under the DOA?
Yes. I mean, our sub-gene bank capacity. I mean, also the gene bank at the temperature may be not quite low enough, but they have the the conservation room, but just maybe 20 degrees Celsius around that. But we can call in bank or sub in bank. Yes. But now there are also like the farmers try to do their own seed conservation. Yes, but maybe the temperature not reach to the lower, not low enough. Mostly like that I said, field crop research center or horticultural crop research center also it belong to DOA.
Okay. Well, next question is from Yankom Davijit. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but he asked that, can you please explain how to conserve the seed viability for a long period?
Yeah, for a long period, we have -10 and also cryopreservation. We have a -10 degrees Celsius room, conservation room, and the other one we also have a cryopreservation room, cryopreservation method. So how to conserve the seeds variety? That we have to reduce moisture content within the seeds, and we have to test viability, test moisture content before we packaging, and we have to reduce all our oxygen inside the container. So we use vacuum, and the seeds it have to be free from disease. And after that, we can prolong the seeds viability.
Okay. From Mr. Supat, he wants to know what is the most difficult process that maybe can cause the problem.
What is the most difficult process? The most, I think, evaluation and also regeneration, and how to, because so many tests, how to evaluation also, and regeneration enough to test all the accession that we have with so many, and then the limited of the area for, and so many plants to rejuvenate. So we have to decision which one first, something like that.
Okay. I think it's somebody. Hold on. It's a lot of questions. Is DOA also conserve up forest seed plants?
Oh, yes, before like this, before because of DOA Genebank established 20 years ago, and then we conserve the seeds, also wild varieties and also cultivated varieties and new varieties. We collected all before we collect all, and we also like herbs and something, but mostly we have rice, because before DOA Genebank and rice department we are the same same DOA, we are the same, but now rice department separate. So anyway, we still have rice, mainly rice, and then the others plants we try to conserve too. Yes, but forest seed we also have, but not too much. But now for the other one, I mean ministry, the Ministry of Science and Technology, they have gene bank. It's a -20. That they like to mention the test is also like a forest seeds, especially for that gene bank. Now in Thailand.
Okay, I think there's one last question.
Yes.
Are there any, besides the DOA Genebank in Thailand, are there any seed storage around in Asia?
Oh, you mean the black box there?
I mean, I think they want to know it's any country besides Thailand. Do they have the place to store the seeds also?
Yes, the collaboration with Alpha last time that I mentioned before the PowerPoint. 14 countries, they also have gene bank. Yes, mostly, I think nearly all countries, they have their own gene bank or maybe try to establish, such as Bhutan. Last 5 or 6 years ago, they have about 2,000 accessions, but now they get more, I think. Yes.